Strange videos have been popping up on TikTok showing a mother and daughter doing dances and skits to viral songs and audio bits.
My name is Mama, Mama, Mama. My name is Baby, 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 Baby.
At a glance, this may appear harmless and maybe even wholesome to some viewers. But the more you look into this, the weirder it gets.
Got a secret, can you keep it? Swear this one you save. Better lock it in your pocket, taking this one to the grave.
Leading many to believing conspiracies about their safety. Bebop and Bebe,
Beep boo 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 bop. Beep boo boo bop. Boo boo beep bop. Not beep boo boo beep.
a TikTok account that has surpassed 3 million followers, has become a social media phenomenon due to posting unsettling and sometimes inappropriate videos. Bebop, a young girl that can't possibly be over the age of 7 years old, is often seen wearing bright colors and lip-syncing to TikTok soundbites with her mother, Bebe, in an odd room that seems to be painted purple on one side and black on the other. Despite Bebop having her face all over the internet, I've decided to blur it out because this girl is extremely young and what is happening to her isn't fair. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Some of these videos seem harmless, dressing up as minions, Disney princesses, and even reenacting scenes from Enchanto. This mother-daughter duo seems like a wholesome account for other children and families to enjoy, right? Right? Wrong. These videos are being posted not only to TikTok, but also to YouTube, Instagram, and Likey. Ah, yes, that godforsaken app that I spent way too long talking about in a previous video that I'll link at the end of this video if you haven't checked it out yet. Beyond that, many have pointed out that this is a little bit more sinister than just playing dress up. Many were quick to point out that this little girl was being dressed in some accessories that are commonly used in adult communities. And okay, to play devil's advocate, maybe there was ignorance behind this, and this was seen as a regular necklace to the person who bought it for her, and whoever did buy it didn't know. But that kind of goes out the window when you have her in videos dressed up in this outfit along with it. This child doesn't even look old enough to have an age in the double digits, and you put her in videos dressed up like this for millions of people to see? But as always, it gets worse. In another TikTok, this little girl is being pulled by a leash, and not one of those child leashes that some parents use either. This is like a dog leash. There are even videos where this little girl is dressed up in ways that blatantly mock other cultures and races, and the content in these videos themselves is extremely offensive.
I do for you, long better. Alright, fine, I'll have long nails, thanks. It's okay, honey, only $4 more, that's okay. Do you like crypto gel? What? Do you like crypto gel?
The thing is, this little girl doesn't understand what's going on here. The production quality of these videos, their formula and format, it is clear that this child is not behind any of it. She is not in control of this. Somebody else is controlling her and coercing her into doing these things. Needless to say, whoever is pushing her to wear these outfits, make these videos, and do this inappropriate content is very obviously terrible and needs to stop. But there has been much debate on who that someone else is. There are so many theories about this TikTok account. Many people believe that the mother and daughter were both kidnapped and are being forced to create these TikTok videos against their will, leaving subtle and subliminal cries for help. TikToks that have been made by other people have highlighted hand signals that Bebop has potentially made to signal for help. In another video, it also looks like she mouthed the words, "Help me." Comments on TikTok have been saying things like, "Wear blue in your next video if you need help," and if you scroll to the next video, they're wearing blue. Then they'll say to wear red. Next video, they're wearing red. This was something similar to what a lot of people have mentioned Britney Spears doing before her conservatorship ended, only this seems to be way more frequent.
So we've already talked about the possible handcuff. Here's a closer look for those who haven't seen my previous video. We've already seen and talked about the video where she says, "Help me," pretty clearly. Well, now there's more. You know, people be putting stuff like, "Wear blue if you need help," whatever. They've been putting it on the videos ever since the allegations started, but, you know, somebody said, "Put watermelon if you need help." Pretty innocent, right? Pretty random at that. Well, look at this last video that they just posted.
Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelon rot, If you go home, just don't get caught.
Like, this can't just be me. This can't just be me. Whether or not this is for views or likes, the fact that she's letting this go on means that they need help, whether it's psychologically or physically.
It gets even creepier as many people pointed out that this room seems to be a little suspicious. It's not an ordinary bedroom. A bolt lock can be seen on the bottom of the door in the background of some of their videos. Speakers are sometimes seen in the background that are other times covered up with random items. People also speculate that there are hidden cameras inside of Bebop's toys, which I've never seen any proof of, it's just a speculation. But what people have pointed out is that these toys never seem to move out of place or change between each video. The door showing the outside always seems to be covered up with an item or something behind it, and most importantly, this room seems to be two different colors, purple on one side and black on the other. And in different videos you can see that each side of the room looks very different. Naturally, this has led a lot of people to claim that this room is obviously a recording set, that it's not a real livable bedroom for Bebop, and that this is where their kidnappers are forcing Bebop and Bebe to record their TikTok videos. A lot of people have speculated bruising on Bebe's face as well. This is just my opinion because of the lighting and the quality of the video. To me, it's kind of hard to tell if that's really bruising or not. But this takes a much darker turn. This image of a missing girl from 2018 has been circulating the internet recently. And more recently, the image has been matched up to a picture of Bebop's face to show how similar they look. You can't tell by this video alone because they have the faces blurred out, but in my opinion, yeah, they do have a few similar features on their face. They don't look exactly the same, but they look a little similar. On October 25th, 2018, a 4-year-old girl named Aranza had gone missing from Vancouver, Washington by her biological mother, who was taken into custody September of 2019 in Puebla, Mexico, and it is believed that Aranza may still be in Mexico. There was one video I saw that somebody tried to put an image side by side of the mother who had abducted her daughter and went to Mexico to the mother of Bebop, and in my opinion, these two women look nothing alike. It might appear that they have a few similar features in this photo where both of them have filters over their faces, and this picture of the mother who abducted her child is really close up and doesn't really show her features that well. If you look on Google, there's other pictures of the mother, and she looks nothing like Bebop's mother, I'm sorry. Nevertheless, after this image has resurfaced, this created a really big conspiracy that either Bebop has been kidnapped by her mother, or that both the mother and daughter had been kidnapped by someone else, and that they are both using their platform as a cry for help. There's this mysterious man who has popped up in some of the Bebop and Bebe TikTok videos, and in those videos he's sometimes called the brother, and many have stated that he looks way too old to be Bebe's son, that he looks like he's almost the same age as her, and obviously way older than Bebop. People are just not buying that he is Bebop's brother, but some are even going as far to accuse this man of him being their kidnapper and blaming him for all of this. But how much of this is true? Could this really be a little girl who was kidnapped and forced to make TikTok videos? Could the mother also be held against her will? I'm going to say that the chances of any of this being the truth are very, very low. If you thought anything that I just shared with you was wild, just wait. While we might be cracking the conspiracy on this, the story itself is just beginning. Now, before we get into an explanation, we have to remember that TikTok is made up of a lot of young people, and the app is greatly shortening attention spans. People will take anything they see as fact and will share their theories and thoughts that will instantly make them go viral and perpetuate false information constantly. And in my opinion, that's exactly what happened with this story. It snowballed into something that was absolutely not true and has taken away from a really serious issue that's going on. So let's get started. First and foremost, it seems that Bebe is a pageant mom. That's right, her daughter Bebop has seemingly been in several pageants that were displayed in several photos and videos online. Ah yes, what better start could there be to this story other than toddlers and tiaras? God, I hate it here. This is important to mention because what this means is that Bebop probably lived a life of being on stage since an earlier period of her life, which would make sense because very similarly to another video that I've done about a young influencer named Piper Raquel, it seems that even in their earliest TikTok videos, Bebop has had this stage presence and professionalism that most kids wouldn't have without training or prior experience. Now, let's go back to the missing child case for a second actually. The conspiracy that this could possibly be Bebop has actually been debunked. I'm sure that many people had good and hopeful intentions behind linking these two girls together and trying to share some information that they could possibly be the same person, but I really feel bad for the family of this missing girl. I can't imagine what it would feel like to have their family member go missing and then have this story pop up where people are making claims that these two girls are the same, meaning that at best it would be very upsetting for a family member to be reminded of this situation, and at worst, giving them a false sense of hope. So a few things that have really debunked the claim that these girls are the same person is that there have actually been pictures and videos of Bebop and Bebe and their family shared on the social media prior to that date that Aranza had gone missing. Some of these are even videos posted directly onto Bebop and Bebe's TikTok accounts. Now, the date isn't there, but you can see that in this clip, this is a video from a few years ago when Bebop was even younger, and it seems like she's in a ballet class. The thing is, some people online are crossing a bit of a line to find out some of this information, digging really hard in the Bebe's personal information and then making it public. I don't condone doing that, but at the same time, I understand that many people are simply worried about this little girl and they just want to know that she's okay. It's just that I think we need to be reminded to respect boundaries and privacy. If you find out private information that you are extremely concerned about, take it to the police. I will say that at this point, Bebe's actual first name has been stated publicly by a lot of other TikTokers, and the views of these TikTok videos have grown a lot. I'm not going to say what the names are, but there are at least 2 aliases that this woman has gone by, according to what people have uncovered. Again, I'm not going to be sharing those names. I don't want to post any personal information here that hasn't been posted publicly by her or anybody involved with her business, so I'll just continue calling her Bebe. Now, the reason why I'm even mentioning this is because a couple people on TikTok have found out this mother's name and looked her up on Facebook to find out that photos of Bebop have been posted way before the little girl had gone missing in 2018 to therefore prove that her mother didn't kidnap her and take her to Mexico and that these are 2 different people. But on top of that, if you're not convinced because I'm not showing any images of that here, I will show a picture of Aranza's mother and the mother of Bebop side by side. Again, as I previously mentioned earlier, these are 2 very different people. Now then, on TikTok, Bebop and Bebe's videos seem to have a pretty consistent formula and everything looks squeaky clean, almost like it was made by a production company but with an iPhone, I guess. But if you go onto YouTube, the vibe is a little bit different.
This mother right here is 100% exploiting her children. She is playing on comments like this. Blue if you need immediate help, purple if everything's okay, yellow if there's abuse, pink if you're requesting help. And then in the very next video,
You tricked me.
Tricked you? No, I saved you.
that's not the most telling of all the videos. Okay, let's just roll the film.
That's my brother. Say hello.
No, we're not live. It's a recording. Just go down and say hello. Because you're not in the camera.
Is it in the camera now?
Not yet. Scrunch. Scrunch, painting, scrunch.
Please. For your little sis.
Aw, how sweet.
What's
Look at the
your
camera and wave. Say hello.
And say your name. Say it.
Say your name.
Say it. Say it.
All right, Peyton, lift the mask and get the signs. And she's fixing to put up something, and you'll guess which one it is. So look at your signs. All right, now put the blindfold back on. And here, give me the candy. Peyton, is that a candy or a Fruitito?
Put it to my nose again. That's a Fruitito.
Yay! All right, are you ready? If you guys don't have a Fruitito challenge, I think they are available online and at Walmart and Target. Take off the blindfold.
That's Bebe's voice behind the camera. Bebop's mother is directing her in these videos to smile, to like, and to subscribe.
Say thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Bye.
Go. When?
Now.
Hi,
welcome to my channel.
Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm in Walmart.
And more importantly, although Bebop's features are blurry in this video, you can still see and hear that she is mentally checked out and exhausted.
By a curling iron.
So you're gonna be looking at bears with curls. Take a look at this color.
Unicorn color. Oh, it's my favorite one. Bebop, do you like that one? Is that the color you want? The unicorn? Yeah? Okay. And then say like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Thumbs up. Like and subscribe.
She does not want to be there. You can even see it through her body language, and I'm not trying to be one of those body language analysis video, is this person lying because they scratched their nose at this particular angle. You could just see how unenthusiastic and how tired this poor girl looks, even without seeing the details of her facial features.
Don't like or subscribe. Stop commenting crap like, in your next video wear blue if you need help. Because this mom is absolutely exploiting that attention. What you can do is find out what city and state they live in, call the police and have them investigate, and start writing letters to your local congressman making this type of exploitation illegal.
Oh, by the way, that kid right there is also Bebop's actual brother. In fact, let's pause for a second since there seems to be so much confusion about Bebop's brother. At one point, Bebe has claimed that she only had 2 kids, but in another, she claims that she had 3.
I have 3 kids. Bebop is the first kid I've pulled a tooth because my mom is a tooth monster.
First of all, this guy, the guy that nobody believed was Bebop's brother, they were right. He's not her brother. He's her uncle. He's been called the brother in some of these videos, but if you watch this clip here...
This is my brother, Donald, the man.
No.
They were scared at the end.
I'm
you can hear Bebe say, "That's my brother." And if you turn on the captions to YouTube, you can even see that that's what she said. Aside from being in the background of a few videos where they go on outings, this guy, from what I have seen, doesn't seem to be that involved with their actual TikToks. So in other words, the internet is completely tearing this guy apart, calling him a kidnapper and an abuser when he probably has nothing to do with this other than being a family member of somebody who is doing something shitty. But wait, we didn't get that far yet. So yes, this guy is Bebe's brother, meaning that he's Bebop's uncle, not her father, not her mom's boyfriend, and definitely not the person who has kidnapped the both of them like many believe. Bebop does, however, have a brother named Peyton, and boy oh boy, buckle the up for this one. You don't see much of this boy in their videos. Why is that? Well, I can't give you a completely certain explanation, but I can share what some other people have pointed out. A few TikTok videos have pointed out that something weird has been going on with Peyton, that his mother has taken away his ability to access public social media. Now, why would she do this? It definitely couldn't be because he was confessing to friends online that he was being forced by his mother to make content and that he wasn't happy with it. Definitely couldn't be that, right? I was watching a video that Rapzilla made on this topic, and he shared some really shocking information that has since seemed to disappear from the internet. So I found Peyton's snap and I added him. We were snapping back and forth for a while, and then out of nowhere he blocked me. I thought it was a little odd, but it was alright. It turns out that Peyton didn't block me or anybody else, but his mom found out that he was adding people and made him delete it. Then his mom, at Bebop.Bebe, who blocked me on this account by the way, posted a video saying that she confiscated all of Peyton's social medias and that he is grounded. She has since deleted that video and has disabled comments on all of her videos. Peyton was just trying to make some friends online. I don't get what's wrong with that. Sure, the internet can be dangerous, but what's even more dangerous than Peyton trying to make friends is posting videos of your 6-year-old daughter wearing 5 pounds of makeup and looking like a 20-year-old on an app that is 12 plus and has a bunch of creeps on it. Maybe try being a better parent by not exploiting your daughter at such a young age and letting your 16-year-old son live his life.
To all you girls out there that are wondering where Peyton's social media went, I confiscated his phone. I caught him friending strangers. So you may see him on this channel or my Instagram.
Ooh, busted.
So, first off,
I want to apologize to my mom and my sister Bebop. I lied and I hurt them. I hurt their business, what they were trying to do. Something that they enjoyed. And it was something that I shouldn't have done. It was very stupid of me. And I'm very sorry to both of them and everything that they were trying to accomplish. I made a lot of mistakes and went somewhere and did stuff that I wasn't supposed to.
And what did you lie about?
that I was,
Say it.
that I was
Were you ever forced?
No.
Were you ever threatened?
No.
Was there any consequences to not doing a video?
No.
Did you like it at the end, being famous?
Yeah.
I'll leave his video along with a few others linked below. I just want to take a moment and say thank you for capturing this because I could not find anything about this anywhere. So we're starting to put a few pieces of the puzzle together now. First, we have the mother directing Bebop in these videos, and in some videos, Bebop looks completely exhausted and drained. We then find out that this guy here isn't actually Bebop's brother, but that he's supposedly Bebe's brother, being Bebop's uncle. Then we find out that Bebop's actual brother had been wiped from social media after being completely exhausted and allegedly getting caught making a cry for help, and also being forced to apologize to his family, having the video publicly posted online for their entire audience to see. But TehMimi, what about the wear this color if you need help situation? Let's go back to that. Remember this clip with the watermelons?
By the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelon rocks.
Yeah, the person who commented wear watermelon if you need help was actually called out for trolling because they posted that comment after the next video was made that had the watermelon song in it. And this is a reoccurring trend in the comments of their videos. Bebop and Bebe will post a video wearing a certain color or having a certain caption in their videos, and people will flood the previous video's comments telling them to post that same exact caption or wear wear those same exact colors to troll their audience and gain attention, because people will not always click the replies to see what others are saying. They will only see what that person commented and hit like, which also boosts them in the algorithm and spreads a lot of misinformation. So the scariest thing is, this actually does trick a lot of people into thinking that this is legitimate. People don't have the attention span or the time to click the replies to see if what they're reading is true. They just take it as fact. And tons of people have been fooled into thinking that this watermelon one was specifically done as a cry for help, when in fact it was just somebody trolling the entire time. The thing is, I do think that Bebe notices these comments and does direct her daughter to wear colors that some of the comments say, in order to push this story farther and make people think that yes, they really were kidnapped. But I would say that it's maybe about half of the time people claim this actually happens. The other half is people trolling for attention, adding fuel to the fire, and emphasizing the issue for their own gain. But the reason why I think the mother is playing into this so much is because that, one, she knows this will gain them more attention online. Just like the Marina Joyce situation that happened a few years ago, people became obsessed with mysterious conspiracies like this. And number two, by pretending that she is also a victim in this situation, that she herself has been kidnapped and forced to make these videos, this will push the blame of this type of content off of her shoulders. She was likely the person who coerced her daughter into doing these videos and wearing these outfits. And now that people are outraged, all she has to do is play into this kidnapping story to wash her hands from the blame. The perfect escape from responsibility. Or is it? Because after a while, people begin to catch on. Also, what do you think would happen first? Would Bebop and Bebe run out of colors to wear? Or would their kidnappers catch on that they've been wearing colors that people say to wear if they need help? Okay, but what about the creepy room that they film in? In the United States, if you're self-employed, or if you work at a home office, or in this case, on a set at your house, not only is that a designated space to work, but the room itself can also be listed as a tax write-off if they either own or rent their home. If they're making any income from TikTok, which they obviously are from just live streams alone, then I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if this wasn't Bebop's actual room, but just a set instead. To me, it looks like it could be some kind of backyard shed that they've renovated into a set, which could explain the bolt lock on the door and why the glass at the bottom is often covered up when they're filming. As for the bruising on Bebe, I'm still unsure if those are even bruises, but if they are, we don't really know what they could be from. But that by itself is not enough for me to disregard everything else that we had just gone over. But wait a minute, just as I was getting ready to finish up this video, more information came forward that is extremely crucial for me to share with you. Over the past few days, as a lot of people were pointing out the differences between the missing persons case we mentioned earlier to Bebop and Bebe, people are now connecting this to a different missing persons case. Another mother and daughter, Ava and Catherine Baldwin, had gone missing from San Antonio, Texas on September 15, 2015. Many people on TikTok are now going from the previous missing persons case to this missing persons case, since the previous one was pretty much debunked and they really didn't look that similar to each other. I will say that this mother and daughter look a lot more similar to Bebop and Bebe than the previous missing persons case. The only thing to me is that Bebop still looks like a 6 to 8 year old child. In certain videos you can see how small she actually is, you can hear her voice and how young she sounds. She does not seem like she's any older than 8 years old. And the thing with this missing persons case regarding Ava and Catherine is that being born in April of 2009, that would make Ava over the age of 13 years old. I could be wrong in this situation, but in my personal opinion, this does not look like somebody who is at least 13. And I know it might be frustrating because I've blurred out the faces, however, I do know that most people who are watching this video right now have probably already seen what Bebop looks like. Also, just so you know, this is a computer-generated photo of what Ava probably looks like. This is not an actual photo of her. And that picture, I think, was generated at age 11, and she should now be around 13 years old. Also, on Bebop and Bebe's YouTube account, their earliest posts are from 3 years ago, and Bebop looks even even younger than she does now. And I mean, obviously that's how aging works, but she looks really, really young in these videos for somebody who at that time would have to be about 10 years old, when at this point in time, she doesn't look old enough to be 10. On this current day, Bebop looks like the same age that Ava was when she had originally gone missing. And that's with or without makeup. Nevertheless, a lot of people are starting to really believe that this mother and daughter happen to be Ava and Catherine Baldwin. These TikTok videos of Bebop and Bebe were actually shared onto a Facebook page made for Finding Ava, and although they have since requested that people stop sharing those videos on that public Facebook page, it did grab the attention of Ava's father, who said this in a post. "Hi everyone, this is Ava's father. My family and I can't thank you enough for all of the outpouring of messages about the TikTok videos. All I can say is that it's still an ongoing case, so every lead is being investigated. There are things we cannot disclose, not that we don't want to, but because we don't know. All we know is that things are being looked into. It's exciting though. For years now, we have hoped Ava's story would be shared. These videos may not be them, but the publicity my daughter's story is getting is more than I could ever hope for. One never knows who may see these. It could turn out that someone who knows Katie and Ava, or someone who has info that could lead us to them, if not Ava herself. The Bible said God uses foolish things of the world to confound the wise. I would never think or expect things to happen like this, but if it gets my daughter's story out to the masses, then who am I to question God's plan on how he does things? I can say as a father of a missing child, it truly warms my heart at the outpouring of concern by so many of you at this time. You have no idea the amount of hope it gives my family and I. There are times the emptiness becomes overwhelming, not knowing, not hearing anything, wondering if anything will change, feelings I wouldn't wish on anyone. But today we have an uplifted hope. A hope that her story will reach the right person or people. Someone who may have that one answer we've been seeking for so many years. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to take a moment and say thank you. With tears in my eyes, I write this to say you have no idea how much it means to have you reach out, to share her story, and above all of your thoughts and prayers. I see mountains being moved, and hopefully we will soon have the answers we are searching for. Hopefully one day soon, because of the efforts of so many of you, we will be able to hold Ava in our arms once more and share with her the outpouring of love and concern that so many have shown us throughout all of this. I pray that God richly blesses each and every one of you. You will never know how much you all have touched our lives. Sincerely, David, Ava's father." He had made another post to the Facebook group in a video form.
I want to say thank you. Ava's cases went viral. And I cannot say thank you enough to everybody who has reached out. The letters, the comments, people sharing her story. Thank each and every one of you so much. And I pray God richly blesses your lives for taking the time and sharing her story. I'm overwhelmed, and I can't thank you all enough. God bless each and every one of you.
I assume he is thanking everybody for bringing attention to this case, regardless of whether or not Bebop and Bebe are the same people who have gone missing. And I guess that's one of the two good things that have come out about this. At least these cases are getting attention, and maybe someone will see pictures of these people who are missing and might recognize them. But do I believe that Bebop and Bebe could actually be Ava and Catherine Baldwin? I honestly don't know. What really concerns me is, in the chance that no, they're not the same people, is this going to be a repeating issue that happens over and over again? Are there going to be two more missing people who pop up next week that everybody's comparing Bebop and Bebe to? And if that happens to be the case, then it's extra f***ed up that this mother who is pushing her daughter to make these videos is leading people into believing that, oh my gosh, yeah, we were kidnapped and look, we're being held against our will. But there is one more good thing that has come out of this new update. Whether or not Bebop and Bebe are actually Ava and Catherine Baldwin, it looks like this mother might actually end up getting investigated if it hasn't happened already. And this information can be seen by this post made by the father, who said that the police are investigating everything that is being sent to them, so there is a bit of hope that maybe something could at least be done about this situation. I do hope and wish the best for Ava's father, and I hope that at the very least this terrible situation could spark a little bit more interest in that case alone to help and encourage people to spread awareness about it. One thing is for sure though, regardless of the conspiracies, I truly believe that this little girl is being exploited for clicks and views on TikTok. I really wish that exploiting your children online like this was illegal. I thought family vloggers were bad, but this is pure hell. Now, you're free to draw your own conclusions on this story and think for yourself, but I definitely believe that the mother is the one behind all of this. I think that just like many other fucked up family channels out there, this mother has turned her very young daughter into an internet spectacle for clicks and views. The only difference between her and other messed up parents out there like Danielle Cohn's mom and Piper Raquel's mom is that I believe this woman has played into the hype that her and her daughter have been kidnapped, so that way they can get even more views on their videos, but also so that the mother could avoid taking responsibility for dressing her daughter up in this and this and this and in this, luring in outrage and baiting predatory people online with her child. And I know I'm not the only one who thinks this either. As the mask begins to slip, more and more people are beginning to catch on. Even the people who believed them and signal boosted their content at first out of good intentions because they were tricked into thinking that they could actually be helping somebody are now starting to see the truth and speak out against them.
This is for the mom and the Bebop and Bebe duo. Hi, my name is Destiny, but I'm sure you already know that, considering, you know, the videos I've already made about you. But let me introduce myself a little bit here. My name is Destiny Eddings. I am a survivor of child sex trafficking. I was trafficked at the age of 14, was on Amber Alert for 9 days, almost didn't make it out. Imagine getting away from your captors and then running down a public road with lots of traffic bare naked because you are trying to find somebody who will save you. Imagine being 14 and finally the cops finding you, but you being so incoherent that you couldn't even tell them your name, so they arrested you. Imagine your entire family not knowing what you went through for 2 months. Seeing you make many attempts, many things. I really was worried about you and your daughter. I was really trying to spread some sort of awareness so somebody would do something to help. My response was surprisingly not from you. No, it was from the Great Blonde Beanie. See, he said that you've been exploiting your child for views. See, and this is where I have a problem. Because people like you and things like this will always make people second guess people who are in actual danger. People like you are the reason people see things and don't call for help. Because it's like the boy who cried wolf, right? Who knows? You've taken this too far, Diane. Do yourself and your child a favor. Get off TikTok and go see a psychiatrist.
At the end of the day, I think this woman and any other adult that may be participating in this needs some serious evaluation. Both Bebop and her brother Peyton deserve to live in a loving and stable environment without being forced to perform in front of a camera to make their mother money off of clicks on TikTok. There needs to be regulation for this type of because this is absolutely vile. I hope that this video could help inform some of you on the situation because I haven't seen one individual person sit down and piece everything together, and I'm sure I still missed a lot, but I wanted to at least sit down and talk about this from beginning to end so you get a better idea of what's actually going on. I will leave some videos listed in the description below where other creators have discussed certain aspects that we have discussed here today. Also, as I have previously mentioned, if you haven't seen my previous video on Likey, I'll make sure it's the video that you can click on at the very end of this one, and I'll also link that down below as well. Thank you so much if you've made it all the way to the end of this video, and thank you so much to everybody who has been supporting me over on Patreon, especially Lewis, Miss Tanisha, Anthony, Tressout, Michelle, and Deemer WM. With that being said, I will see you in my next video.